This episode of Rick and Rick is brought to you by Taskin, the first name in ultra-stylish, premium-quality travel gear, like the Taskin Air Duo dual-sided compression packing cubes. One side's 100% air breathable to keep clean clothes fresh and wrinkle-free. The other side's odor and water-resistant to keep dirty laundry sealed up tight. Now you can pack up to 40% more in the same space. Save 30% on your next purchase when you use the promo code R&R Take 30. That's R&R Take 30 at TaskinSF.com.
There ain't no sunshine when they're gone, but when the Ricks are here, there's plenty of insights from the worlds of marketing, media, tech, and pop culture, served up with an extra large serving of fun.
That's right. It's time for an all-new episode of Rick and Rick with news and views on
the big oops at Bath & Body Works,
why social video is rocking B2B marketing,
Lay's big plans to bring back 5 Funtastic flavors as the Ricks divvy up the favorites.
Damn straight. Plus, loaded questions and a whole lot more.
And it all starts right here, right now, on the one show where everybody's got big Rick energy and everybody rules the world.
Welcome, everybody, to Rick and Rick Rule the World. I'm Rick Matheson, and I am joined, as always, by my partner in podcastery, Rick Wooten. How you doing, Rick?
I'm awesome, man. I'm awesome. It's been a fun week of AI for me. I've been chest deep in AI, doing AI headshots. So it's been a good week for me. I've been having a good time.
Did you get any headshots that looked even remotely like a human being, let alone you?
Oh, man. I got good ones and bad ones and everyone in between. I do have to tell you, I have decided that OpenAI does terrible headshots, so don't use them.
Okay.
I said, take this picture of me, and I'd like to have on a nice sports coat in the photo. And so it went off and it processed, and it came back with a picture of somebody totally different wearing a sport coat. So you completely missed the point.
Wow.
And then I went to another one. It was the Facebook one, the Meta AI, which, by the way, is actually fairly good. And I did the same thing. It's like, here's a picture, I'd like to have on something a little more professional, like a suit jacket or something like that. And it came back and it did put me in a suit jacket. It also subtracted about 50 pounds and I looked awesome, but I did not look like me.
There's always a drawback, isn't there?
That's right. So third time was the charm. I found a website called Headshots Pro. And this is we're not getting placement for this. It's not a sponsorship. It's nothing like that. And I have to tell you, when I used it, I was really impressed with the results. And so the image I'm going to be switching to on my LinkedIn profile will actually be one of the ones from that.
Awesome. Well, if it's good, I might need to try it. But I don't know if you ever do this, but I probably spend way too much time using the little AI generators on Snapchat where they put you in different settings and stuff. And it cracks me up. So I just literally, while you were talking, I did this. It doesn't look really anything like me, but these always just crack me up.
That's like Punjabi Rick.
Yes, it's Punjabi Rick, I think. No offense to Punjabis at all.
No.
I like the little necklace I got on there and some kind of disco clothing of some kind.
Oh, that is awesome. I'm going to send you one that the Facebook one did for me. I'm not trying to one-up it, but I do have to say this one was pretty impressive.
Oh, jeez.
So what I told the Meta AI to do is said, take this picture of me and show me what I would look like with blue hair and tattoos. And so apparently I'm a blue-haired Native American Indian with ponytails and tribal tattoos all over my body. So
We'll post some of those AI images of the Ricks in the post for this episode at rickandrick.com. And it's time for Rick and Rick Radar Love. I don't think I've ever asked you about this show. I only discovered it a couple weeks ago. I'd seen it on Netflix. I knew it existed. I think it's at least 4 or 5 years old. Have you seen Warrior Nun on Netflix?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I watched it when it first came out.
Love that.
Oh, yeah.
For folks who aren't familiar with it, it's kind of a supernatural adventure series. I think it started in 2020 or something. And it stars Alba Batista as an orphaned quadriplegic teen who wakes up in a morgue after dying and discovers that she now possesses superpowers as, I think they call it, a halo bearer for a group of ninja nuns who hunt down and kill demons. What's not to love about any of this? It's kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer crashes the Vatican.
Exactly.
It's really good. But I'm wondering if you knew this, Rick. Chris Evans, so Captain America, married Alba Batista in real life.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yeah, so good for him, I guess, but damn it.
Yeah. No, I was introduced by this show back when it first came out, and I think it was 2020 by longtime listener Jerry, and he recommended this one. So we were getting together once a week to kind of watch it. Really enjoyed it, and I was really bummed. I think they only made 2 seasons, and I don't feel like they really ended it well enough for me. So I was a little bit bummed about that, but it was a fun ride for why we had it, and I'd love to see him come back and do a 3rd season and wrap it up.
I am just starting season 2. I did read that when it ended, there was huge outcry. And so then Netflix, I guess, or the producer went and found other financing for it, announced that there would be a trilogy of movies that continue the story. But the announcements about that are about a year old. So I don't know the status of this. But so far, I'm loving the show. And I figured it was going to be an unsatisfactory ending since the plug was pulled out of nowhere. But it's fun so far. So let's hope they do come out with some movies for it. All right. When we come back from this break, it's time for the good, the bad, and the marketing. So don't even think about touching that dial. Stay tuned. Hey, Rick and Rick Nation, don't forget to check out our website at rickandrick.com. It's double the Rick in just one click at rickandrick.com. And welcome back to Rick and Rick Rule the World. Rick Matheson and Rick Wooten. And it's time for the good, the bad, and the marketing. Starting with, the big oops at Bath & Body Works. They're only lucky because I thought it was Bed Bath & Beyond. So maybe listeners saw the news about this design fail with a label for this winter-themed candle that many compared to the visual of it looked like hoods worn by the Ku Klux Klan. According to news reports, this candle is Bed & Bath Works' exclusively fragranced soy wax blend candle. And it features a visual that's something like, it's a snowflake, where the arms look like either mouthless alien grays from another planet or, yes, creepy little beings that had social media calling them Clandles.
I feel bad for them on this one. I really don't think there was any negative intent here.
No.
When I looked at it, I saw it for what they said it is, which is, one of those paper cutout snowflakes that we did as a kid, where you kind of fold it up a bunch of times and cut it and then you open it up and it has a pattern to it. So that's what I saw when I looked at this, but I can see why people would think what they did, but I don't think it was intentional. So hopefully people aren't too hard on them, unless of course they find out that they really did do it intentionally.
No, I'm sure it was unintentional. In fact, I bet it was a younger designer that might not get the reference even after they were told. I bet it was completely just oops. The thing is I think you and I were texting about this. I saw it in a news story, so I immediately saw how it evoked the hood, but I was wondering if in the store or anywhere else, if I would have thought that. I don't know that I would have. Once pointed out, you can't unsee it, but you'd think someone would just show somebody before they're mass produced. It's just unfortunate.
Totally. Yeah, you would definitely think that somebody would have picked up on this. I don't think it's that bad, and I do think it was an accident, but I do think they should have picked up on it.
Well, that's the latest entry in the annals of design fails, unfortunately. What is not so unfortunate is, surprise, surprise, social video is the most effective influence in B2B marketing, at least according to a new study from LinkedIn that's cited by Marketing Week that finds nearly 2/3 of B2B tech buyers say that social video content helps inform buying decisions better than just about any other type of content piece. This is interesting.
Yeah, this is really interesting. One of the things I liked about this particular article is they had taken kind of a global view of it. So they kind of broke down the numbers by different geos. So in India, they were saying that literally 2/3, 66%, say that these short form videos from B2B companies actually help to inform their buying decisions. But it was a little bit lower in the US and the UK. It was 59% in the US and 49% in the UK, which I thought was interesting. I was more surprised by because I think 66, 59, close enough, but 49, you're starting to get down there to 50-50, and that's a little more surprising. I was surprised it was that low there, and I wonder if there's kind of a cultural distrust of it or something like that. But I will tell you, from my own personal experience, my sample size of 1, I have seen this over and over again. The short form videos, particularly ones that are educational or offer value, like we talked about this on the last show too. I think those videos actually perform really well, and they help to create a brand moment and get people really excited about the products. And this didn't come as a surprise to me. In fact, I was more just validated. I felt really good about the fact that there was actual research to back it up. Yeah,
I suspect it's exactly that they're bite-sized pieces of content. And these videos distill what can be pretty complex business-to-business value propositions in their most basic conversational language. They're not going to totally sound like a sales pitch. And they've got those moving visuals to help explain what they're saying. So I could completely see the value in bite-sized social videos. And And if it's someone in their industry that's well respected giving a video, that might explain the most trusted in that someone's willing to go take the 2 minutes or the 3 minutes to watch. So it's not surprising.
Yeah. I think that's a really good point. The thing that they actually mentioned a little bit further down the article is that there was a separate LinkedIn study recently that said 81% of B2B video advertisements fail to gain adequate attention or drive recall, which I think is kind of interesting. When you juxtapose the two of these together, it becomes kind of an interesting point. And I think the important word there is adverts. And that's why the influencers and things like that get mentioned in here, because this isn't all just like hardcore ads. They're not short form ads or long form ads, short form videos, but they're educational content or they're people showing something. And that's where I think if you provide value, these things have a lot of traction in them.
Exactly. They are extremely important. Lay's potato chips. They're bringing back 5 fan favorite chip flavors from the vault. This was in popculture.com, and they were reporting that Lay's is resurrecting several dead chip flavors as part of its Do Us a Flavor contest, which is returning after a 7-year hiatus. These flavors include winners from, dating back, I guess, close to 20 years now, chicken and waffles, cheesy garlic bread, southern biscuits and gravy, wavy fried green tomato flavor, and crispy taco. Rick, have you had any of these flavors? I think I have.
Yes, the answer is yes. I have had a couple of these, but I was racking my brain before the show. I know we've talked about these in years past. And I think that even though they're not doing the contests, they are bringing these back occasionally, because there's 2 that I specifically remember talking about before. One of them was the fried green tomato, which I thought was weird back then, which is what triggered it. And then the other one was the chicken and waffles, which I do have to say sounds like an interesting flavor. Yep. But the 2 that I know I've tried, I have tried the crispy taco, and I think I've tried the biscuits and gravy. And my recollection is they're both fine. I don't think I want to write home about them, but I enjoyed them.
Yeah, I want to say that I've tried chicken and waffles and southern biscuits and gravy. And I feel like we talked about cheesy garlic bread at some point, and I feel like maybe I've had that one. Oh, you know what it was? They had a flavor that was grilled cheese sandwich, and we were talking about, damn, yes, we want some of those. I never did find them.
Oh,
yeah,
we couldn't find it. No. Remember we did that one episode where it was the Pringles stacker thing, and we were going around trying to find all the different flavors of Pringles so that we can stack them up and try 2 things together to make a third thing.
Oh my God, it's barbecue and it's pizza. It's barbecue pizza. And we put a jalapeno on it. It's now spicy barbecue pizza.
Some of these brands are pretty clever with this.
Each of these 5 anyway sound way better than a couple of the other Lay's flavors that I know I've tried. There was a mystery flavor. They didn't have the name on the bag that I tried it and I was like, what is this? I can almost place the flavor, and come to find out it was Mountain Dew flavored Lay's potato chips.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I need that.
Yeah, tastes about as good as it sounds. And then there was one that was a mystery flavor. It took me a while to get it, but after I realized, it's like, damn, that's pretty good. It was cheeseburger Lay's.
Oh, interesting.
Tastes like a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Oh, that's wild. But one company that keeps messing with flavors, and if anything, they're going to lose me as a buyer at some point because they're terrible, is Coca-Cola. They keep bringing out all these like different flavors of Coke Zero, Starburst or, whatever. They have like all these weird, bizarre flavors. And I've tried a couple of them and I just don't like them.
Yeah, they never taste like what they're supposed to be. The new one is Oreo flavored Coke Zero.
Yeah.
No way I would have thought if I just tasted that as a blind test, oh, I love the Oreo flavor. I would have never thought Oreo.
No. And I did try that one, by the way, and I didn't like it. And I don't know why they won't stop.
I really don't know, because they've got great flavor. Hey, Coke Zero Cherry is my go-to.
You know what? Maybe they've got a different demographic that likes all these odd flavors, but I'm not it. But I did find out that Coke actually does specialty flavors for separate markets. So as an example, there's a Coca-Cola Georgia Peach, and then there's a Coca-Cola California Raspberry, which I have never seen, but apparently you can find some of these.
Never seen it. And it's not like we're in one of the most populous areas of California or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Should be all over the place if it exists.
Well, they say that the Coca-Cola California Raspberry is available. It looks like it's just from Walmart. So if you get a Walmart near you, you might be able to find it.
Okay, there you have it. Okay. Well, the only thing that's for sure to be enjoyable is our next segment, because after we come back from this break, it's time to play Loaded Questions. So stay tuned.
This episode of Rick and Rick is brought to you by Taskin, the first name in ultra-stylish, premium quality travel gear, like the Taskin Air Duo dual-sided compression packing cubes. One side's 100% air breathable to keep clean clothes fresh and wrinkle-free. The other side's odor and water resistant to keep dirty laundry sealed up tight. Now you can pack up to 40% more in the same space. Save 30% on your next purchase when you use the promo code R&R Take 30. That's R&R Take 30 at TaskinSF.com.
And welcome back to Rick and Rick Rule the World. Rick Matheson and Rick Wooten. And it's time to play a quick round of Rick and Rick Loaded Questions, our multiple choice quiz game to test your knowledge about some of the happenings of late in the worlds of marketing, media, tech, and pop culture. Are you ready to play Loaded Questions?
I'm ready to go.
All right, first question. According to a new consumer ad campaign, if it's ha 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 ha, it has to be A, the reaction to the pitch meeting for Joker 3 La Cage aux F***ups. B, any brand competing with Bath and Bedworks right about now. C, Heinz Ketchup. Or D, the trailer from Smile 3, Who's Your Dentist? According to an expansive new ad campaign, if it's ha 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 ha, it has to be what?
Wow. Let's see. I'm going to guess Heinz.
You are correct. Answer is C. If it's ha 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 ha, it has to be a new consumer ad campaign from Heinz from Gut, New York, which features everyday folks with Heinz tomato ketchup smeared all over their huge maniacal smiles that would be right at home on Joker's face or on the posters for the Smile horror movie franchise.
Wow. Is it connected to one of those?
I don't believe so. It looks like it is. Maybe just completely borrowed energy. Now, I like ketchup as much as the next Rick, but if they want me to smear it all over my face and cackle like I've got the drop on Batman, Heinz gonna have to replace the tomatoes with magic mushrooms laced with amphetamines, Monster Energy drink, and strawberry Pez candy and call it Heinz Famous Freakout. Not that I'm speaking from experience or anything. Question number 2. Speaking of psychotic marketing concepts, Japanese candy brand Haichu has officially introduced a new mascot named A, Charo, B, Chewbacca, C, Chubby, or D, Shakira. Japanese candy brand Haichu has introduced a new mascot named what?
I feel like it's got to be an obvious name, so let's go with Chubby.
You are correct. Answer is Chubby. This is from Ad Age. Haichu is a Japanese kind of fruity, chewy candy that has launched a mascot that has yellow skin and a goofy, kind of high C-like smile popping out of a skin-tight white garment covering its head, torso, arms, and hands, blue baseball hat, and blue tennies. It, and I do mean it, since it's somehow supposed to be gender neutral, looks like a minion getting off work from a job at an Intel clean room to go coach the kids' softball team.
I was going to ask you if it looked like a minion when he started down the path of yellow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it totally looks like a minion. It looks like the grown-up love child of Big Hero 6 and the Shmoo. All I can say is that whoever came up with this freakish little must have been rocking a serious Heinz ketchup high.
Oh, that's awesome. I will tell you, my kids loved Haichus growing up, so I know that this is definitely popular within a certain age group.
Yeah. No, I mean, this mascot, I don't know what I'm looking at. All right, final question. Digital advertising spend for this year's election cycle is expected to top A, $3.4 billion, B, $3.2 billion, C, 1/4% of the price Elon Musk paid for Twitter, or D, the $1.50 X is worth today. Digital advertising spend for this year's presidential election cycle is expected to top what?
I think you said 3.4 billion. I like that number. Let's go with that one.
Answer is A. You are correct.
Nice.
Yeah, good job. You got them all right. So according to eMarketer, digital advertising spend in this political cycle is likely to top $3.4 billion, which is a 156% increase from the 2020 cycle. This includes $650 million spent on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and even X. That's an 86.7% increase from 2020, according to the report. Heaven help us all. All right. Well, that is going to have to do it this time out. Thank you very much for listening to Rick and Rick Rule the World. Before we head on out here, Rick Wooten, why don't you tell folks where they can find you online?
Oh, best place to find me is on X or Twitter. My handle is @Wooten, WOOTTEN. And how about yourself, Matheson?
I'm at Rick Matheson on the X where Twitter used to be. Till next time, please stay safe, keep each other safe, and keep on coming back to the one show where everybody's name is Rick.
And everybody rules the world.